Hey there, it's Missy, and I have another layout for you today. This is for the Hip Kit Club, and it's my second layout using the 2016 March Hip Kits. And I'm using Kim Watson's gorgeous butterfly cut file. If you have checked out the cut files for this month, then I'm sure you've seen this butterfly one. And it's a big cluster of these really pretty geometric butterflies. And I just took one of them and duplicated it several times and created a bunch of different butterflies. So I've got 12 going here, and I used some of the Project Life cards and a lot of the different pattern papers from the kit. The colors and the patterns are just so pretty, and so I wanted this explosion of color coming from these butterflies. And if you've received your kits, then you've noticed some of the exclusive papers this month. They are so pretty. I know we say this every month, but I think this is my favorite kit. It's just so pretty. All right, so my original plan was to start with some of the light craft cardstock as my background, and I wind up changing that here in a few minutes. This is the picture that I'm going to use. It's of my little Paige a few years ago around Easter, and she wore that little flower petal headband for all of about 2 seconds, long enough for me to snap a picture, and then she jerked it off. But I did get a picture, so that's what I'm going to scrap today. Now I've got the butterflies sort of arranged how I want them, and so I'm going to go ahead and glue them together so they could just move around as one unit without me having to position them every single time. And I don't wind up using every single one that I cut. I just use several of them. So I do have some leftovers to use on a future project. So now I can just kind of move them about and they're not going to change. So my original plan was to take white gesso and smudge it around like I usually do and do some mixed media. But once I got going, I just didn't really like it. So I changed my mind and I chose this paper. And this is one of the Pink Fresh Studio Felicity pattern papers. And I don't know why I didn't pick this one to start with. It's perfect for a springtime layout. I love the white with the black doodling of the leaves and the branches, and then those cute little birds. It's just perfect. So I do want to jazz up the background, and I do spend quite a bit of time working on my background here. So I do take white gesso to begin with. I do a lot of different things on this layout, and I'm not trying to cover all of it up. I know I was kind of cringing when I was doing this because I thought, oh my gosh, why am I covering this up? But you can still see through it, and it's for a good cause because I want some mixed media to show through those butterflies. And so I'm going to add all the colors that are in the background in those birds and that are in the butterflies. And I'm going to start with this yellow. And this is the Aqua Hues in Crazy Daisy. It's a Shimmers product, and it is in the color kit this month. You get 3 different colors of the Aqua Hues, and it's just flat watercolor. There's no shimmer, no sparkle. It's just flat color. And I'm sure you've seen the packaging technique a few thousand times if you've been watching YouTube in the last, how long? It's a very popular technique, and it gets the job done really quickly, and it gives a really good watercolor look. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm also using my water brush just to smudge it around. I go back and forth between the brush and the packaging. And the more you add of these paints, you know, the brighter and more rich your color is going to get. So it just depends on the look you're going for. And you can also use your water brush to create splatters. Now this is from, I believe, last month's color kit. It might have been the one before. This is the Creamies in Ride the Tide, and it's a really pretty light blue color. And if you remember, the Creamies do have some shimmer in them. They dry with a satiny finish, so you do get that really pretty shimmery sparkle, but it's more of a satin finish, but it's very pretty. And again, you can use your water brush to get color right away, or you could squirt some more water in the container and just let it sit for a while, and the paint will thicken up, and your color is going to be a little bit darker. So this is the green, and this also comes in this month's kit. I think it's called Green with Envy. Let me check. Yes, Green with Envy, and it's a really pretty springtime green, as you can see there. It's the same as the yellow, no sparkle or no shimmer, just flat watercolor. And I love that they're just light and springy colors here. You can still see the background through. I'm not trying to cover it up completely at this point. Things change here in just a few minutes. But yeah, you know, things change as you go, and that's just the way it goes. All right, these are some gelatos from my stash, and I wanted a little bit of a blue that was a little bit darker than the Creamies color. I wanted some turquoise pops, and so that's why I pulled in my trusty gelato there. So I turned off my camera and did a little more work, and it's dry. And I decided that I wanted to blend out some of the stuff and lighten up some of the paint. So I grabbed my acrylic paint, and it's just a basic cheap little bottle of white, and my foam brush, and I'm just lightly tapping it in and then kind of sponging the paint on certain areas of this paper here. I don't want to cover up the birds. I just want to kind of fade out some of the edges of the background, and that's kind of the final look. I love how that looks. You can kind of tell some of it's blended out, but you can still see the birds. You can still see the outer edges. It's just going to make the butterflies pop a little bit more, I think. You know, when I have a busy background like this, and then I've got all these butterflies with all these different colors and patterns, I feel like I need a little bit of solid color behind them to kind of break up the busyness of it. And so that's kind of my thinking behind doing that. I love busy paper, don't get me wrong, but I don't want it to be so busy that you can't see the picture and you can't see the background design with the butterflies, I mean. You know, so I just kind of feel like it needs a little breakup, if that makes sense. So that's what that background paint is for. And plus, it just kind of gives it a messy look, and it gives it pops of color through the butterflies. Like there on the left with the light pink one, you can really see the turquoise popping through it, and then the green, and then it goes straight into the yellow butterfly. I just love all that mix of color, and it's just pretty to me. All right, so I'm going to go through the Project Life cards. I'm going to use this one as a layer, but I'm going to cut some of it out because it's so pretty, and I don't want to use the whole thing and just hide most of it and waste it. So I'm going to save that part and just use the edges there. So I went through all the ephemera. Oh, I did some stitching. I did a little straight stitch through each of the butterflies there. So now I can ruffle up their wings and look like they're flying away. Over on the right, I've got some of the ephemera that I have chosen that I may or may not use from the kits. I've got some Ellie's Studio die cuts, some of the wood veneer, and then some of the Pink Fresh Studio die cuts. And I'm also using some of the blue tissue paper that Kimberly used to wrap the kits in. When you first open your box, it's that beautiful blue tissue. Don't throw that away because you can use it as layering, or you could just incorporate it into your layout somehow. It's the perfect color. It matches that exclusive blue paper perfectly. So I added some yellow tangled thread, and now I'm coming in with these cork stickers, and those are basic gray. And these puffy stickers are, of course, with the matching Pink Fresh Studio collection there. We get a lot of the Pink Fresh Studio this month. And it's just so pretty, and it's just perfect for spring. And I love these birds. They're just super cute. The washi tape strips are also Pink Fresh Studio. And there are a lot of little phrases that have to do with spring and fresh air. And they're just perfect. Now, I'm going to use these cute Pink Fresh stickers for my title. And my title is the most unoriginal title you could probably think of. It's going to be Springtime. I couldn't think of anything at the moment, and so I thought, you know what, we're just going to go with Springtime because it was. And now in person, you can see the letters on top of that blue a lot better than you can here. You'll be able to see it up close. But I'm going to use the blue and then the green for the word time. And you do get a strip or a sheet of the coral color as well. And these are almost, I don't want to say vellum-like, but they are almost kind of like a vellum. They're not see-through, but they're very thin, and they stick really well, and they're the perfect little size for a little title like that. So I grabbed my green thread. I don't use my super green thread a lot. I bought that around Christmas time, but it's the perfect green for this layout because there is some grass green color going on. So now I'm just going to work on my little cluster down here at the bottom. Like I said, some of this is Ellie Studio. I believe that arrow is, it's either Pink Fresh or Basic Gray. I'm going to color up that heart here in a minute. That's one of the strips that is in the Pink Fresh set. Everything Grows Better with Love. And I thought that was appropriate since she's dressed as a little flower. I'm just tucking some little pieces here and there. It's kind of like a puzzle. You just kind of play with the pieces until they fit in just the right spot. And you get it just like you like it. Now I'm just using my gelatos again and smudging with my thumb right onto this wood veneer. I do add a little bit of water to it here in a minute to make it blend a little bit better. I wasn't sure if I wanted it to be that color in that area because it kind of blended in. But I do wind up putting it there, and I add a little bit more yellow thread under it just to kind of break up the blue from the cork color. Now I'm going to use the shimmers to color this wood veneer, and it worked out perfectly. It was very, very easy to do. Same thing for this one. I love that you can use these products to paint just about anything. They really work on wood veneer very well, and so do the gelatos. So it's getting close to being finished. I'm going to glue everything down that's not already glued down. If you have not checked out the kits for this month, or if you don't have them yet, hopefully you will be getting it soon because these are super, super pretty. They are perfect for spring, perfect for summer. Again, each month, if you don't know, you do have the opportunity to download free cut files. All you have to do is go to the HipKit website and register an account. And then you'll have access to the downloads folder. And we have 3 different design team members each month that create cut files for us. We have Nicole, and we have Kim, and we have Ashley. I did some stitching there off camera. That's what I'm showing you there. But each one of them has completely different styles, and you almost always get a background or 2 cut file, and then you get some smaller pieces that you can cut. And you can enlarge them, you can shrink them, you can weld them together, you can use your sketch pens. There's a ton of different possibilities, and the design team does a great job of showing you all the different ways that you can use the cut files. It's just really, really fun, and it just totally changes the way you can create a page. Those little wood veneer hearts there are Pink Fresh Studio, and you get a pack of those, and there's also some little stars on that sheet. And one of the last things I'm going to do is use some more Shimmers products. Now this is not in the kit. These are this is from my stash. It's one of the Vibes. It's a liquid, and it's a grayish gunmetal silver-ish color. It's called Top of the Morning. And I'm just going to add some splatters, and then off camera I do add my journaling and the date, and that's the final layout. I love how it turned out. I love the colors. The butterfly cut file just totally made this layout, I think. Check it out if you haven't already. It's very, very pretty. Let me know if you have any questions about anything I did here or any of these products. Make sure you visit hipkitclub.net for all the kits, all the details, and check out our Facebook group member forum as well. We have challenges going on every week. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.